Let's talk about Tempest then. It's pretty cool.
Let's do it.
Pretty cool. And here's the elite specialization for the Elementalist. I was actually really salty initially because you have Warhorn, and I hate Warhorn. It's a stupid weapon. It looks terrible. None of the skins are any good. Now I'm gonna have to craft a legendary. What is it? What's it even called? Is it dog or something? Seriously.
One of the skins is good. One of the skins.
Oh
is
yeah,
good.
yeah. On a totally unrelated note, if you would like to buy a Tempest Warhorn skin, I think Brazil can actually hook you up with that. Because he has a lot of them, right?
That's an understatement.
Yes, but I have to craft the dog. I don't want to, but I have to now. I have no choice. It's actually not that bad. But yeah, I wanted Sword because I wanted Bolt because that would be amazing. Bolt and Incinerator combo would be the best thing ever. And now I don't get that. But it's okay, because my salt dissipated when I saw how amazing Tempest is, in my opinion, because all the skills look amazing. I mean,
you're like the one Ellie who thinks that it's amazing.
No, I think it is amazing. I think I think it's a really fun and different way of playing Elementalist. No longer do I just hit my F keys with my forehead to win games. I might actually have to think before I switch in this case. And also, everything looks amazing. I mean, the fire one, you summon a giant tornado of fire and spin around on the spot, and it's also really good. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the class, the elite specialization looks good, and I don't think that Elementalist players are contending that. For the most part, most of them think that a lot of the animations look cool. They just feel like it's not useful anywhere in the current game. They're not even denying that it might be useful in Heart of Thorns, but in the current game, there's no spot for, at least they feel like there's no spot for Tempest.
Yeah, but is there a spot for Elementalist in the current game? Like just Elementalists? Which
Everywhere.
game mode? Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I want to play Reaper on Necromancer because Necromancer is shit and Reaper looks good. But if I was an Elementalist, I would say I don't want to play Tempest because Tempest looks like shit and Elementalists are good. So that's kind of my thought process. I don't know.
Why do you think
I would have been...
Yeah. Why do you think Tempest looks like shit? What's wrong with it?
The animations are, like, extreme. Like, try fighting Mossman already, and, like, when there's burning and, like, all kinds of horse shit around, like, you can't even see what he's doing. But when you're, like, overcharging fire or air, and there's, like, sparkles and everything, I don't know. That's gonna be weird. I don't know. It doesn't look that neat. I think as long as Ice Bow and Staff do a lot of damage, Tempest...
Nothing else matters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I think
Metallica even wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the crux of it. People were like, why would I ever use Warhorn? We have Staff. If I ever use Tempest, I have Ice Bow. I do 10 billion damage, and the damage modifiers are insane, and why do I care? You know? And that's... You know, Ellies are, compared to other classes, you know, I know people hate saying that a class is overpowered, but when you compare Elementalist to almost any other class, in any format, they have extremely strong, if not top-of-the-line viable builds in all formats. Structured PvP, world versus world roaming and zerging, and PvE. You know, it's funny, especially in PvE, and it doesn't even matter whether you're doing fractals, dungeons, or open world boss content like Triple Trouble Worm. If you say to somebody, which class should I play? The answer is Elementalist. It doesn't matter. You don't need any other class. I mean, that's wrong. That's an overstatement, you know. But if you're lacking a class or if you have an open spot, just bring an Elementalist and all of your problems will generally be solved. And what does Tempest bring? Does it bring enough to the table to compete? No, you're going to have to sacrifice a trait line specialization that gives you damage modifiers. So why would you do that? In PvE content, why would you ever do that? You wouldn't. Not currently, anyway.
Oh, I think that's it's a really serious problem. I think the only thing that Tempest brings that Elementalists couldn't already do there's a boon steal, I think, right, on one of the Warhorn skills, I think.
Yeah, there's a...
So yeah.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, let's get to the main point here. This is what I love. Okay, this is the ultimate thing. So Brazil likes necromancers. Okay, and what have they done? They've basically given elementalists necromancer things as well. So their necromancers can't do anything. They can't have anything for themselves anymore. So now, no, it's not a boon steal. It's just a boon rip, I think, actually, but kind of the
it's
same.
a rip.
Yeah. There is.
They have some necromancer skills in Tempest, and they have some mesmer skills in Tempest, or some skills that feel like they belong on a mesmer in Tempest. So you're a necrozer.
Rebound.
Yeah.
You're a necrozer.
That's a really confusing one for me. I guess we'll talk about that later. But rebound it seems very out of place on the elementalist profession. Really, I suppose they're trying to go with the arcane elite skills, but it's very unusual and also really boring. But we'll get to that later. I think let's take a closer look at some of these overload mechanics first. Then, so each attunement can now be overloaded. Whoa. And you can, it has a special effect, a channeled effect thingy that will do many things based on the attunement, but it will give it a longer cooldown. It will either be 15 base if you've traded for it, or 20 base if you haven't traded for it, I believe. I think that's correct. And here's the fire one. Unleash all the flames you've accumulated. Searing allies. These are some seriously role-playing... There's a lot of role-playing going on in the tooltips recently. Finishing the cast leaves a tornado. Text. And, yes, using the skill causes the attunement to have a longer recharge. It applies loads of might, and actually continues applying might after you've left, which is pretty good. And sets things on fire and does a good amount of damage as well. I think the problem here is that Elementalists can already do this. Very well. Elementalists are very good at might stacking. They're good at setting things on fire, and they're good at doing area of effect damage. So this and you have to channel this as well, which is annoying because it doesn't do as much damage as you would be if you weren't channeling it. So yeah, this is not going to be particularly relevant, I don't think. Especially seeing as, yeah, this isn't going to be good in PvP either, because people will just walk away from you, and then it is useless. Yes, they will use their legs.
Well, I mean, the problem with structured PvP and all of these, with the exception of Earth, is that you're going to get interrupted. Interrupts are very prevalent, so you're going to get interrupted a lot, and that's problematic, right? There's not really any traits that necessarily protect you either. Like, you go faster and you take less damage, but that doesn't stop interruption. So that's the biggest problem with this overcharging or overload, whatever the heck it's called, I think. For structured PvP anyway. In PvE, none of that matters, but, you know.
But look at it.
You don't think the meta is going to be to overcharge fire, then channel Tornado Elite, and have 2 tornadoes?
Maybe.
Yeah, that's...
You gonna pull that off?
You can tornado on top of a channel, and it won't cancel the channel. That's a berserker exploit.
And look, it's a whirl finisher, and becoming a tornado makes you a combo field, right? Makes you a lightning combo field. So it's the amazing combo, and also really thematic as well. Because look, you're a Tempest, you turn into a tornado in another tornado. It's amazing.
A tornado in a tornado.
Yeah, tornadoception.
With sharks.
Yeah.
Some sharks in there, and the life cycle shall be complete.
Yeah. That should be... that's the replacement for the Tempest Elite, is Sharknado.
That's right.
Summon a giant Sharknado. Wow. Brazil, does overload fire, does this convert you to Elementalist? Are you going to delete your Necromancer and make a Tempest?
No. I have an Elementalist, but I don't ever play it. Its name is Linecaster. Because that's all I do. Just Linecast Icepow. Inks, do you know what line casting is?
No.
Okay, so line casting is where you start to channel like an ice bow 4 or like a meteor shower but you dodge backwards. So your position has changed, but the channel still happens. And inside of the circle, like imagine this is the circle where all of the ice bow 4 projectiles can hit, or all the meteor showers can hit. And this circle assumes that you're like where my nose is right now. That's where you're casting it from. But when you move the nose back, the circle stays in the same place, but it becomes like this big, and this is the area that the projectiles can hit in.
See.
So you put them all in like a small little line, and it just...
So in other words, exploiting the hell out of the skill because it's not meant to work that way.
Exactly.
Well, you're
That's
telling
exactly
me.
what it is.
So Brazil, you're a berserker exploiter.
That's my warrior's name.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you are actually one as well.
Well,
yes,
I don't...
that needs to be fixed badly.
Yeah. Needs to patch that. Someone patch that. Seriously, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
That is pretty damn.
Shows you how little that I play my elementalist with Icebow. That I didn't know that. But
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Just more problems with that freaking skill. It was
This-
supposed to
that's
get nerfed. It
education.
never did get nerfed.
Okay. We talk about the water one because this one is pretty funny actually. I actually laughed when I saw this. This is ridiculous. You create a surge of accumulated water magic, healing and cleansing allies. When the cast ends, heal the area and apply regeneration. Using this skill causes the achievement to have a longer recharge. This to me is basically exactly the same as attuning to water, but with a time on it. No reason. And a bigger heal at the end. Actually, not even that much of a bigger heal.
It cleanses longer and more, right? How many pulses is it?
It's through 3? Yeah, 3 pulses, I think. The 3
So
conditions.
3 conditions
Yeah.
on everybody in your circle?
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
It's okay. Yeah, I think. I think that the heal feels weak, or seems a bit weak, but I mean, the thing about all these skills is these numbers aren't final. We haven't even tested the numbers yet. You know, players will get feedback on this doesn't do enough damage, this does too much damage, this doesn't heal enough, etc. So, I mean, I guess we could sit here and pick apart the different skills and say, oh, the heal is too small, or regen is kind of useless, or whatever, but...
Yeah, we already have Ventari for that stuff.
Yeah. That's all you need is Ventari.
Yeah. That's going to be the new meta, is 5 Ventaris. Only
I think
Ventari
the water...
as well.
I think the length of the water overload is better than most of them, I guess. It's shorter, anyway.
Yeah. So,
But
I mean...
just from watching the stream when he was doing this, the heal seemed... I don't know, seemed lackluster to me.
Considering how much time you invest in this. And I guess you don't get the giant healing burst if you get interrupted as well. So that probably
Also
sucks.
true. Also a problem. Yep.
So yeah, I don't see this being very useful. And also it's incredibly obvious when you're doing it as well, because you go in a giant bubble and float around.
Yeah, I mean, the animation is super cool. I like the idea of overload. I really do. But practically speaking, I don't know. I will have to really... I mean, I don't want to over nitpick it and rip it apart without playing it. I mean, I'm just watching a video and speculating on how bad or good I think it's going to be. Really need to get your hands on it because look at Revenant, right?
Yes, indeed, and it'll probably get changed in some respect. Although, would you guys like to see a kind of a trade-off trait? So you channel for less time. Okay, so you get less of the pulses, but it channels faster and it doesn't get interrupted instantly and then do nothing. I think that would probably resolve some of the problems.
That'd be nice.
Or the channel needs 1 stack of stability or something.
The thing is, they could do that, but they kind of closed that door when they did the Earth one. Let's just skip to the Earth one for a minute.
Does it give you stability?
It gives you a break bar.
Gives you a break bar.
Oh.
Yeah. So they couldn't really put stability because it would be redundant on the Earth one.
Yeah.
Give them all break bars. That won't be overpowered at all.
No.
Just give at least break bars for everything they overload.
Well, you could make the air one like slow, or like put chill out on people around you. You could make the fire one blind. You can make the water one do nothing.
Do nothing.
The fire one can blind if you trait for it though, with the fire thingy, burning ashes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get some AoE blind out. Wait, does it have a? I think it has a set cooldown, not a effect cooldown. Actually, that won't work. Never mind. Oh, actually, did they patch that? I can't remember now. Oh, my elementalist knowledge is terrible. Even though I play almost exclusively elementalist.
I was gonna say you're the biggest elementalist player here out of the three of us.
I recall seeing that they changed it so that it's on a skill by skill basis. So if you use an area of effect burn, it will blind everyone.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Not just.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. So that would work. You can area of effect blind people with that. But that's probably not gonna be. But this one, it cripples people, then immobilizes them, which is pretty good. 5 people immobilized, and it's a blast finisher because elementalists need more of those. Yes. Why does this even exist? I don't. Yeah. Well, I guess it exists because it's a different way of playing, and it just means the elementalist does what it does, but it does it in a slightly different way. But.
You know, I had asked somebody, I was having a conversation on Twitter with someone, and there's, just with Tempest in general, there's a lot of salt that they didn't end up getting Sword. It was because of the data mine. A lot of people expected Sword. Sword looks cooler than Warhorn, I think most people would argue. Not everybody is going to think that way, but a number of people seem to think that way. And, you know, it doesn't, the question is not, like, Ellie is already extremely powerful. We've already said this, right? But the other thing about it is Tempest doesn't, the sacrifices you need to make for Tempest seems like too much. And that's, a lot of that has to do with the state of what Ellie already is. So, yeah, I don't know. It's a head scratcher, and it's tough. And Elementalist players or people who play Elementalist like exclusively are looking at this like they're not even getting an elite spec because why would they take this? And I can understand that a little bit, but I think it's a little bit short-sighted. I think there's going to be hybrid builds that come out of it that use a little bit of Tempest. Maybe they, you know, me and Brazil were talking about like Dragon Hunter, for example, in like the PvE meta. And like you'll probably use parts of Dragon Hunter, but you're probably not going to use Longbow, and you're probably not going to use traps, or maybe not many traps, because of the way traps work in PvE content, or at least in dungeons anyway. So I think Tempest falls into a similar situation where you may use a shout or two. Maybe if the traits get fixed a little bit, you might use some of the traits or whatever, but you may not end up using Warhorn. And Overload, depending on the overloads, may or may not be, you know, that exciting. And this comes back to that, the fact that, I'm already kind of rambling, I apologize, but this comes back to the fact that elite specs are not meant to be upgrades, and I think a lot of players view them as straight up upgrades. How does this make my class better? And the question shouldn't be, how does this make me better, but does this let me play the class differently than I can currently play it? And when it comes to Tempest, the problem is it doesn't necessarily give you a super different play style. The idea that ArenaNet wants to instill is that you know, in world versus world, you're going to be this frontline, you know, melee brawler, for example. And I don't know that that's necessarily true. You don't have things like stability, which is something you need for frontline world versus world. And sure, some classes can share stability out, and you have aura share where you can then, you can share auras as well as some of that stability out to other people. But I don't know that it's strong enough. And maybe that's just a numbers thing that needs to change. But the question comes down to, does Tempest let you play Elementalist different from the way you play now? And if the answer is no, then the elite spec needs a lot of work.
I think that's definitely true. And you've hit the nail right on the head there. The core problem here is that It doesn't really bring anything particularly new, not as radically different as the other Elite specs. Of course, the overload mechanic is different to how you traditionally play Elementalist sometimes, but it doesn't bring anything that Elementalists couldn't do before, and that is kind of a problem. I kind of foresee this with the Engineer Elite specialization as well, because they can already do more or less everything anyway, so how are they going to bring something new that the Elementalists couldn't already do? And that's just how the class is. I mean, like you say, it's very strong in every facet of the game, and so it's going to be very difficult for them to even come up with something that they couldn't do before, and they have, you know, I quite like it because all the abilities look cool. That's basically all I want. Even if I was doing 0 damage, I'd still use them. That's why I played Ventari, because you can swirl the staff around. It looks amazing. You don't do anything, but it still looks amazing.
Well, should we talk about things that Elementalists didn't get or Tempest didn't get that other professions got, like a trailer and like gameplay footage?
That was just weird, though. Don't you think?
They got an animated GIF of the fire overcharge or overload, but that was it.
Yeah, the tornado thingy. Yeah.
Wooden Potatoes talked about this in a video he put up either early this morning or late last night or something, and I agree with his assessment in that ArenaNet, I think, is in this mode of not rushing things out, but I think there's less and less time for developing those videos, those trailers for each of the Elite specialization. I would imagine that originally that was the intent, and that's why they started doing it, but it's become to this point where they need to get the information out there and they need to get us into testing to move this process along. I expected to get Druid much earlier than we're getting it, which means we haven't even gotten Druid yet, but I expected to see Druid already because we already knew quite a bit about it. But something tells me at some point Druid was drastically reworked. Whatever the original intent was for the class, the staff weapon, or maybe whatever the utilities were, I feel like they went back to the drawing board at some point and said, we need to do something different here because this isn't quite working the way we want it to. And I'm wondering how many classes they've done that with at this point that is pushing the process back. You know, as far as content goes, maps and stuff, I would venture a guess that stuff is done pretty much. If you look at Stronghold, or if you look at the World vs. World map, or even Verdant Brink, with what we've seen, all of those look done. It needs polish here and there. Some things need to be tweaked because of testing feedback, but the general maps and the story and all that kind of stuff is probably done. We're now in this mode, I think, of voiceover work, finishing up the Elite specialization classes, and trying to get some balance right. And I think that's kind of been, I feel like that's what's been holding us back. And that's obviously speculation. We don't have confirmation that that's actually happening, but that feels like what's happening. And those people that were working on trailers and stuff, I think they're working on, I think they're too busy working on other things.
Yeah, that could certainly be the case. I think it's just kind of also unfortunate that people were displeased a little bit about Tempest, and also that other stuff happened at the same time, like not getting a trailer and everything. So maybe that's just like a terrible coincidence or a conspiracy theory. I guess people have to decide. I don't know.
I mean, it very well could be that unless something was worked out, unless some of these trailers were done ahead of time, with the Elite specializations coming in the future, we may not see those trailers. I think we will see more trailers for Heart of Thorns, but I don't know that we're necessarily going to get to see like we did for Dragon Hunter and some of the other ones, which is a shame because I thought those were pretty good trailers. So it seems like we're getting a teaser image now, you and the Illuminati freaking face.
Yeah, it's because someone said conspiracy, so I had to break out the old Illuminati.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get a teaser image for now and information. I don't know that we're going to get a trailer for all these guys.
They confirmed that the teams are busy, but yeah, they are going to say that, aren't they? But, yeah, I
I'm
guess
busy.
I have no doubt that the teams are busy. I'm sure they're extremely busy. And I think that's the point. I think they're so busy that there's no time to make these trailers.
Yeah, do fun extra stuff.
Yeah, because they're scripted. I think you know, they're not just wandering around in the world killing things. They have all these cameras set up. It probably takes a decent amount of time to get this set up. They have to make the guys spawn or whatever, and they have to make sure
they have to pay them, because who wants to just sit there and get beaten on by a professional all day long? You got to compensate them and give them some lunch. Like that dinosaur from the Dragon Hunter trailer, he probably made like $100 grand off that.
Sure.
Yeah, but he was killed.
Well, yeah. Oops.
That's part of the conspiracy. They just kill everyone who works for them, so they don't actually have to pay them. Trailer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get rustled that easily though. So this is the difference. The Guild Wars 2 community is probably one of the easiest to rustle ever. So I'm not really concerned about the trailer. I just don't care. I don't care that Tempest is not as, you know, powerful in compared to the other ones, into the other elite specializations, or indeed to Elementalists as it already is. It's just that we're talking about the community's reaction here, and the salt, it flows.
I think, you know, I think that a lot of these classes that are so focused on, and a lot of the elite specializations they're so focused on group support. You know, I think that I think it's a sign. I think it's very telling about what challenging group content is going to hopefully bring to us. I wish they would just tell us so that we don't have to keep speculating about this. But, you know, I think the Tempest is going to have a place. The problem is that it doesn't necessarily have a big place in the current gameplay. So.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah. So now that Elementalists can boon steal, maybe this points to the fact that they're gonna challenging PvE contents will involve boons. It's confirmed.
That would make Necros happier, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Elementalists can do it. Stick on a Warhorn and take some boons. Perfect. We don't need a Necromancer now. Thanks.
There you go. Necromancers are officially obsolete. Confirmed.
And like,
Revenant does lifesteal. Elementalists can remove boons. Job done.
Yeah.
Remove the profession from the game.
I'm just really... I think I'll always be worried about Necromancer, because it really just doesn't... It's really good at doing stuff that doesn't matter. And I feel like the things that it can do that don't matter could matter, but other classes are starting to be able to do that too now, so...
well, that's another problem. That's a problem with
specializations.
Yeah, that's a problem with
the
people.
Elite specializations are doing that, right? They're giving
other
classes
stuff,
that couldn't previously do those things the access to do them. Even you know, Tempest has this necro-like ability. They also have mesmer-like abilities too, which are making mesmers a bit salty, like rebound and such, right?
Right.
They're, I mean, maybe they're mixing the classes too much when it comes to these elite specs or something. I'm not really sure, but we'll have to wait, I guess, to see how that plays out. But
I think it would be very sad if that happened. That's basically what's happened with World of Warcraft. There's basically everyone can do everything at this point in WoW. It's pretty depressing, actually. They lost a lot of the class definition slowly, and then, you know, once someone has got something that someone else has, everyone goes, hey, why can't I do that? And I think that's going to be a trap that ArenaNet should not fall into if they do.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Exactly, it's the slippery slope. Then they'll fall down and they'll be at the bottom. But I think we've gone a little bit off track here. We still have one more overload to talk about, and that is the air one. Here it is. Oh yeah, this is... Oh, the role-playing here. Seriously, I bet Colin wrote this. Use your air magic to summon a nimbus that repeatedly strikes nearby enemies. Then create a lingering static region that strikes enemies at the same interval, and then makes a longer cooldown again. Does vulnerability and things. Only 3 targets on this one though. I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's air.
3 targets, but it does home in. This is not like Icepo 4 or whatever, where it's, randomly hitting and you have to dodge it back to make the line casting, like Brazil was saying. This is going to home in on, 3 targets. So maybe that's better, sort of.
Yeah.
It's neat. I think it's cool.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Tempest, though. Tempest is cool. It looks amazing. Do you not see that Earth one? You get up on a giant pillar and ride around on it.
I can do that too. Let's go to Elton John's house.
Jeez. The good one about Air 2 is that you can take the fresh air trait as well as the overload cooldown, so that you'd be able to use this one a lot more frequently as well. I think.
Yeah. Mass damage. Summon the Nimbus. And then get loads of static fields. Set up a minefield of static fields. Wow.
Minesweeper.
Yeah, they're replacing Engineer, because you can just set up a minefield of static fields.
Oh no.
Oh no.
People keep talking about how bad Warhorn is. I wonder if warriors get offhand Torch, are they going to be extremely sad and salty as well? They're going to be like, Torch? Nobody freaking likes Torch.
No, it's going to be the condition damage warrior uses Sword Torch and just camps it, and there's no longbow.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Oh, that would be horrific. Oh god. I don't want that to ever happen.
I think warrior elite specialization is going to be condition damagey. Honestly.
Yeah, I think
and that'll be cool for warrior, because then you can go like warrior elite and then like I guess discipline and arms, and you won't need to fuck with strength, which will be nice.
Yeah.
I guess.
Warrior Condi is already pretty strong though.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I think it was better before they got rid of, or before they changed burning, because you could just apply like 30 seconds of burning and then just camp on the sword auto attack, and the burning would persist. But now that the burning is stacks, it's different. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's just kind of not as cool anymore. But at the same time, it's still good. It's not bad. It does good damage.
Yeah. But back to the matter at hand.
Right, exactly.
Yes. You strike people with lightning, summon a cloud and strike people with lightning. It seems to do pretty good damage, seeing as I believe they're using a Marauder amulet in this. Is that correct?
Well, he was using 3 different setups, he said when he was recording, which I kind of wish he just picked one, like just pick Marauder and stay with Marauder. That way we can get a baseline. So he may have been using Marauder here, I'm not entirely sure. I think he said Marauder, Celestial, and something else. So
I can't actually recall right now.
Yeah.
But either way, I feel like this is the least interesting of all of them, in my opinion. It looks.
I think it's like visually the least interesting.
Well,
or even
also
for the abilities.
mechanically as well. I mean, I don't really feel like it does anything that air doesn't already do. It does some damage. It's pretty solid damage, as we're seeing. Oh wait, it's actually not showing, but never mind. I'll put it back. But I mean, really, I mean, with fresh air, you could do stuff like this anyway.
All of the overloads do more or less what swapping was already doing when you were trading for it, but it does it intensifies it a bit, I guess. So it's not necessarily different, it's just supposedly overcharged.
I think having
so yeah, it's not really that different, I guess, but
I think you could get some serious abuse, like you said, with fresh air on this. If you just kept that up,
yeah,
I think it could be pretty strong. Because I mean, with fresh air, you could basically have this up all the time. You could be constantly channeling this until you get bored, I guess. So that would be interesting. And you could be constantly striking 3 people with lightning and putting down loads of fields to stun people. Send out confounding bolts or something. Or shocking bolts, that's right.
Brutal bolts.
Oh, why is it brutal bolts? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know.
I
think it's
can't
cool.
remember that one. I can never remember that one. But oh well. Because you can then use the whirl from fire To combo, in the air combo field. Wow.
Right.
Hashtag synergy, boys. Everyone go tweet ArenaNet hashtag synergy. Nothing else in it. Just really confuse them. Don't have any reference to Tempest whatsoever. Yes. Yeah. Anyone got any final thoughts on Overload Air, Summon Cloud?
No.
Okay.
Let's go to Earth.
We already did that one. We already did that one.
Did we do Earth?
Yeah,
no, Earth
we
is
skipped
last.
forwards. We skipped forward to Earth because of...
It got the break bar.
Yeah, because we were talking about stability.
My bad. I guess I'm not paying attention.
Me neither.
This is why this is a perfect stream. This is exactly what I was looking for.
Well, it's it's a bit terrible because I dirty casually play Elementalist. Teapot's supposed to main it, but I have my doubts of whether he actually plays it or not. And Brazil just exploits with it, so we don't really...
I don't ever play it. I only exploit with it in Divinity's Reach. I just like line cast, so I know how to do it, but I never play Elementalist in dungeons. I had a level 80 Elementalist and I deleted it to make another Necromancer, and then I...
How many... Kind of off topic, but how many Elementalists do you guys generally take with you into dungeons or fractals?
Like 2 or 3.
That's natural.
Yeah.
Because everything just dies fast.
Yeah.
And it's easy.
Yeah.
So it used to be 3 or 4 warriors, and now it's 3 elementalists.
You don't have to think about mechanics whenever you can freeze a boss for 30 seconds.
Yeah. So ridiculous. Yeah. That's a good ability.
What's next? Warhorn?
Yeah, let's talk about these Warhorn things. Warhorn skills. First, here's the fire one. You give stacks of might to yourself, then spread boons you have to allies. Yes.
Signet of Inspiration.
Yeah, they've added Mesmer to Elementalist. Interesting.
That's why Mesmers are happy.
It's 3 stacks of might, and then spread everything around in 600 radius, which is a fairly big radius. On a 30-second cooldown. But I mean, with all the boon duration stuff, it's pretty much permanent. Because why would you use this more than you need to? It's more or less permanent might to everyone. So I guess this is kind of like phalanx strength for warriors. They've just put that in there. Elementals have that as well now. But then again,
phalanx strength is 25 might to everybody all the time.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, with the fire tornado, you're gonna get basically that anyway, right?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe
it gets something like
fire tornado was like 10 or 12 stacks of might, I think. So you get fire tornado and then this, and that would be
24, 20.
Something. Yeah,
but then again,
share it out.
This is the whole problem again. Why is this even necessary? Elementals can already stack to 25 without this. You don't need it with all the
but Warhorn, you're gonna lose some of those blast finishers if you're using Warhorn. So maybe this is supposed to help make up for that.
A lot of times in dungeons, you put on like a scepter and a dagger or something, and you just like do it beforehand and then switch off to a staff.
Yeah, and I think Warhorn's going to be one of those weapons. I think it's going to be a pre-battle weapon where you...
Yeah, it could be.
You use it before you get into fights, you switch it out for whatever, and then you complete it.
God, the animation on this sucks as well.
Yeah, it needs to be a skull trumpet.
Otherwise, you get bad calcium, right? If you don't thank Mr. Skeletal.
There's your next meme video.
Yeah.
Elementalist. There you go.
Skull trumpet, right? I will actually do that. Screw it. I'm gonna take every single Warhorn skill and just put skull trumpets all over it. Just even when they're inappropriate, I'll just put it on the golem or something. Not even near the elementalist. Just make it really bad. Yeah, I think this skill is kind of pointless. Let's talk about another one.
Okay.
Is Wildfire. Release a fiery torrent that burns enemies. It burns their boons away. Wow.
And causes the FBI to come after you.
Yeah, because
Carpet of fire.
It's a torrent.
Like the animation.
Who starts fires in real life? Come on, that's just annoying.
Pirates and torrents.
Ah, yeah.
Torrents.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what? Oh, it's a double, isn't it? Because people have started fires, haven't they?
Yeah, over torrents.
Oh my god, this is amazing. Topical ArenaNet.
Elementalist is
Actually, I
confirmed
actually
for
kind of like
pirates.
Wildfire.
In Game of Thrones?
No, I mean
Oh.
in the.
The skill.
I like the skill. I think the burning could be better. I think the burning on it should be better, but
I think, yeah, with the way burning works now, 2 seconds is just nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't stack duration. 2 seconds is very pathetic.
Well, it's good for killing normal mobs in Frostgorge Sound.
I guess it's good
Yeah,
for killing
I mean,
critters
it'll-
as well, right?
Yeah. Those ice-brewed wolves won't stand a chance.
I mean, if people stand in this, that's a lot of boons removed. 8 boons. 8 ticks.
It'll. I think it has some limited use. I don't know. We'll see.
It's pretty easy to move away out of.
Like in PvE, not so much.
Yeah.
Not so much in PvE.
This isn't really doing
but
anything in PvE.
like in World vs. World, maybe, or maybe structured a little bit. I don't know.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah, heat sink and armor of earth, AOE stability. That's pretty terrifying, actually.
You're gonna need it when you want to overload. So
I kind of disagree that it won't do anything in PvE. Because Honor of the Waves Path 1 is going to get a lot faster, because you're not going to have to kill the turrets for Genva the Butcher. And the Impasse Golem and all of the COE paths, you can just put that on top of him, and you don't have to kill the turrets, and you can just explode him with Ice Bow. Because if it's just a Warhorn ability that does that... Oh, well, I guess you need Tempest to put on the Warhorn.
Right.
So
yeah.
maybe. Maybe. Okay, well, yeah. Let's continue on.
Yeah. I think this just isn't a particularly... Well, I don't know. 8 boons removed. Pretty good. Doesn't really do them much damage, though.
Yeah.
And it's a fire combo field, so get some might on it. Deploy the might. So that might be pretty good. I don't know, my concern is that it's really thin. So, I mean, very easy just to leave. I guess you're gonna... If you're playing against someone who's actually paying attention and not just AFK, you might get hit by 2 of these, maybe? PvP? What do you think?
2 or 3 ticks, maybe.
Yeah. That's fairly strong. That's
Depending on how fast the player is, you know.
a little trickle of damage and a few boons removed. So.
I think the damage needs to be looked at some. The boon removal is actually pretty good because 8 pulses, you're probably going to get maybe 2 of those out, like you said, so it's not too terrible.
And it's something that elementalists couldn't do, but now they can. Now remove boons. That's pretty nice. Imagine how ridiculous it would be if it stole boons, and then you can spread them out with heatsink.
That would be ridiculous.
Yep, that's the next trait. Come on, ArenaNet. Make all removals steals. Okay, well, that's the fire ones. Let's move on to water, which is watery. Tidal surge. Send out a tidal wave that regenerates and heals allies. Oh, regenerates and heal allies. Then knocks enemies back. At 240. What an interesting skill. Yeah. Does a little bit of damage and heals for a fairly insignificant amount. And then applies regeneration, which heals for, well, here it heals for 1,000. You're gonna get about 2,500 heal if you can hit people with this. Hit your friends with
What's
it.
really great about this is when you want to be a really helpful elementalist and everybody's fighting a boss and all the ice bows are going, you can knock your enemy out of that now. You can help them out, heal up your party members, and, you know, you get a tiny little ranger knockback. It's wonderful.
Point blank shot.
Yeah. Wow. The Tempest is just
You know what's
every
gonna
other
happen.
profession.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know
Wow.
what's going to happen.
Oh, I still don't have that to put on there.
Wow. I can't wink very well, but almost. Eddie Wally.
You just wait, quick, duck below the camera and then just come up.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Wow. There it is.
There we go. There we go. Nailed it. Check out this ability. It looks very unusual, I think, in my opinion anyway. Look at it go. Woo! You summon a tidal wave that knocks people around, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, it's cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a fun little
Grandmaster has a
ability.
tidal wave underwater.
yeah,
Oh,
they do.
they're taking everything away.
This is above water. Nobody goes in water. Guild Wars 2. I think that the skill's actually not too bad. I think the knockback is going to be annoying in like open world situations, and people will yell at you because they don't like it when you knock things out of their AoE. So
Yeah. I like knocking things out of AoE. I play how I want.
Yeah. Play the game how you want to. You know? That's what people say, right? Come on, if you want to run full nomads, join a party of berserker exploiters and run full nomads. See how
Or
they
just
react.
solo Honor of the Waves Path 1.
Oh yeah. Wow, I'm really surprised he did that. That's
Did you see the end of it?
The card video.
You
Yeah,
didn't see
he
the end,
failed.
did you?
He failed.
Yeah, the boss reset.
Yeah. He actually failed.
2.5. It was almost 3 hours long soloing that, and the boss reset.
yeah, guys, the skill is great for PvP. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
The
Any-
knockback is important.
Any CC is good. And this
Yeah,
is
for
it's
sure.
fairly short cooldown.
Any
I'm-
CC
I'm a
would be
terrible
good.
troller, so
Yeah.
I'm terribly trolling because I know how much people are going to love this in PvE.
all CC is good as long as necromancers have no reliable stability and stun breaks. Perfect.
But what about Foot in the Grave? What a great ability. What a great
One
great trait
stack
even.
every 6 seconds.
Yeah. Come on, that's great, right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
See, look how hyped you are for that trait. You look very, very excited.
I'm very excited. Wow.
All right, what's the next skill?
Water Globe. Blast
Water
out
globe.
a watery orb that heals allies as it travels. It's unblockable as well, so just in case your allies were going to block it,
Perfect.
they can't do that anymore. This... what? Why? I mean, it does 4 pulses of 470 healing on a 50-second cooldown. Interesting. I guess
50-second cooldown?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cooldown's a little long, I think.
What the shit?
Yeah. The
Well, that's
cooldown's
like-
a little long. The radius is small.
That's
It's got a
like-
good range on it, but
Less than 1800 healing, though.
No, I think what they're concerned about is that it's
yeah, the healing
a
is small.
it's a water field as well, so you can just drop all
And
the...
it flies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a moving water field, so you can drop all the blast finishes.
Yeah, it says it's a bubble, but really it's actually the AoE looks like a larger size than it sounds like.
It does
Looking at the actual animation, it actually looks.
There's a little bubble in the middle. That's what it is.
Yay.
Oh, I'm just not
So,
seeing it.
I guess if you
Oh, I
if you
see. Yeah,
were
yeah,
really
okay.
coordinated and had say a world versus world Zerg, and you all run through the path of the bubble, you can drop loads of blast finishes and get a massive amount of healing out of this, I guess.
If you
Well, I mean, if
you
you're playing mid or something, if you're playing mid or front line, then right, it's gonna.
Yeah.
But you
What
need
if
to
you
blast it as you're going along.
send the bubble through a veil, will it veil it?
I don't think it counts as a person.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Or do you identify as waterkin or something?
Let's move on. Don't even go there.
Yeah, I think this is actually a pretty good ability, considering it's a
It's
water
cool.
field. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
This is pretty
I
cool.
think it'll be better. It needs a little tweaking. I think the cooldown is maybe a bit too long, just a tad, and the healing seems a tad light. But we'll see.
But I mean, if they made it really high, then
Those are
combined
just
with the
numbers.
blast
Like you don't,
finishes,
yeah,
it'd
you
be
don't want it
terrifying.
too right. You don't want it too much. You don't want it too high, too much higher. But
Staff waterfields are good, but staff waterfields don't move. Ah.
neither does the World vs. World Zerg.
I like to think they do. Come on, we have to think of ways this could be good. Yeah, I guess if you're not moving, it's really, really bad, because it just moves away from you. Uselessly.
Moving on.
Yeah. Let's talk about the air Warhorn skills. Cyclone! Send out a cyclone that pulls enemies towards its location and grants swiftness to allies it affects. This is really annoying because it's unblockable.
Oh.
And this is the zipper as well.
Yeah, incredibly annoying, this one.
Actually, I like this one actually quite a bit.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
is
zipper.
this is a fun ability.
Yeah.
Got a fairly short range, 750, so just a bit shorter than the 900 range weapons. But and
It's
pretty
a
big
it's a
radius, too.
750 range pull.
No, the pull is 180, but the projectile it sends out.
Yeah, the pool is 180.
Okay.
And it pulls it in
It does.
Okay.
the center. Like it pulls it into the center.
So
Into the
okay.
center.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Wow, it's a giant effect.
And
as
it's
well.
unblockable. The cooldown on it is good.
I think this is going to be very powerful. And it goes at approximately swiftness speed as well. That's interesting. It's for a little side-by-side comparison. You can keep up with it by running at swiftness. So if you react fast enough, you can get away from it. I really like that. Abilities with fun counterplay like that is entertaining. You can run away from the cyclone. If only you could do that in real life. The Man of Steel movie would be very different. But never
It
mind.
might even have been good.
Yeah, that wasn't very good, was it?
The only good superhero movie is shit. Actually, I don't
I
even
haven't
know.
seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Shrek is a good superhero movie.
I agree. Shrek
He's
is
the
a role
best
model to
Marvel
us all.
character.
Especially his later works as well. His more recent works are beautiful. Yes, this is a good ability. I guess not that good unless you're trolling in PvP. PvE even. But in PvP, you can really annoy people with this because they can't block it. I guess you can still dodge it. But maybe you don't have a dodge, and then you just get pulled into it and get wrecked.
Well, I think, a lot of the skills and stuff that we're seeing have very big, obvious tells, and that's very much on purpose. There's also a lot of skills that ArenaNet is bringing out that are very much skill shoddy, right? So it doesn't really surprise me that it has a big tell. I think they want it to have a big tell so that players can see, when to dodge or when to get out of the way or whatever the case is. And I think that when we get into shouts, we're going to see a lot more of that as well. Because right now, if a Guardian shouts, it just says retreat or whatever, hold the line. Whereas the new shouts are much more visually, like you can see what's happening, right? So I think that's the angle they're going on. I think that's the angle they're going for.
I think that's the case with a lot of the new stuff they're bringing in, though. Everything has amazing effects and is huge, and you'll be able to see it coming and stuff like that. But that's good. That means you can actually react to things instead of just being really frustrated and then pulling out the plug of your computer or something. And they don't want that, because how can you buy gems if your computer is offline? You can't.
On your phone, on the mobile app.
Can you do that?
That's right.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
There should be one. I'd buy gems all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually quite
There's
surprising.
just something about using my phone that makes me want to take part in microtransactions.
Yeah. Okay. But surely you make enough gold from your Tempest Warhorns that you have no use of gems. You can just convert them.
Sometimes. I wouldn't buy gems on my phone.
Can you just tell us, to everyone on the stream, how many Tempest Warhorns did you buy?
No.
Come on, do it.
He doesn't want you to know how manipulative he is of the market.
Right.
Okay. Is it 50?
I
No.
don't even think there's
Is
50
it more or
skins
less
out
than
there.
that?
Less.
Okay. How about 10?
Next question.
Next skill.
I mean, you
What is the next skill?
claimed you bought all of them, but never mind.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the next skill. It is Lightning Orb. Launch an orb of lightning that fires projectiles at nearby foes. This is the weird looking one, isn't it? So every quarter of a second, it will send out a little woo, and hurt people and apply a stack of vulnerability. So yeah. It's 25-second cooldown, 1200 range, and a 300 radius, so This is pretty good. But again, it's a line
range.
skill, which is the theme they're kind of going with here.
Right, like Ice Bow and Meteor Shower.
Not quite like either of those.
Not quite
but,
like that. Not in the same way. But never mind. It's basically the same thing.
Skill shot. Yeah, it's kind of again, it's skill shotty, right? It's
exactly, yeah. And
I will have to see, we'll have to see this in action. I don't know. The damage might be a little low. It might be actually okay. I don't know.
Well, it doesn't say how many pulses, and I honestly cannot remember. But let's have a look. On the it only fires at one target.
It had a lot.
Yeah.
It had a lot of pulses.
It does, but it doesn't hit everything around it. It only attacks one thing at once.
Right.
So it doesn't really do that much. And if there's multiple people, it's going to get distracted and kind of ADHD around and just do nothing. Or, you know, not.
Yeah, now Carl was saying, like, if you're chasing somebody down and you fire this at them while you're
they're gonna
doing
die.
So, like, don't run away from it because you're going to take a ton of damage. So
yeah,
I'd be interested to see that happen. I think this is a fun, I think this could be like a fun chase down skill or whatever.
I think that goes for a lot of the, well, basically all of them, you know, the line skills. If you're running away from wildfire, all your boons are gone. Although, you know, unless you're going to the movie school of running away from falling objects, it's not going to be a problem. You know how guys in movies, they always run, you know, the full length of the object instead of running to the side?
Yeah. Like how people do at the Triple Trouble Worm.
Exactly. Don't do that. There you go. That's Brazil's tips. That's a new highlight series of the stream. Brazil tips. Don't do that. It'd just be a series of things you telling people not to do. Yeah. Yeah, if you got hit by all the strikes on this, it would be very uncomfortable. It'd be very painful.
Yeah.
But do these things go through walls? Or do they
Only in CS:GO.
they probably do, don't they? And that means it's going to be, when people are exploiting stacking, it's going to be annoying.
I don't know.
It's going to go through things. And well, I mean, it's going to be worthless in PvE if that's the case, because it'll just go straight through whatever you're attacking and not do anything. But then again, it doesn't seem like the Warhorn, or indeed the Tempest, is going to have... Well, it doesn't have much place now. But, you know, who knows? It could change. There could be loads of boons to remove. Or maybe all the mobs just have permanent quickness, and you have to just remove it. And yeah, everyone has to remove boons, otherwise you just die. Because everything has quickness. Anyway.
Alright, Earth.
Yeah. Yeah, you go, Inks. You're really... you got this stream. It's all you. It's all you, man.
Yeah, well...
This is an interesting one, actually. Apply protection to yourself and allies, and then increase the duration of all boons already on them by 2 seconds. On a 30-second cooldown, so you're not going to get a particularly big average increase after this.
It's going to give you 4.25 seconds worth of protection and add 2 seconds to anything else you have. So
yeah, you use your quickness and stuff on this, and 2 seconds of extra quickness is nice. And obviously the shorter duration ones, like protection as well, tend to have a slightly shorter duration than the other ones. Yeah, this is just, I think this is just a really good support skill. I'm interested to see this mechanic in action.
Well, not only that, but like with the fire horn skill too, with you sharing out the boons and such, this is
we've got some synergy.
Some synergy. Hashtag synergy.
Yeah, hashtag synergy. Tweet at GuildWars2, hashtag synergy. Don't say anything else. What do you think of this one, Brazil? Are you enthusiastic?
Yay, Tempest. Awesome. That's my...
The animation on this one, though, is very... I don't know. It's not... Maybe they're going to improve for this one. Like the first fire one as well was a bit lackluster.
Yeah.
Like most of the animations are very good. Most of them are very good, but like that first fire one where it's like fire smoke or something, and then this one is
tiny,
like
a little puff
it's
of smoke
just
out the Warhorn.
It's underwhelming. I mean, it's just whatever, but
I don't know. I like little puffs of smoke. It's pretty 420 dank. So
That's very true.
Teapot can make a he can add Puff Daddy into the Warhorn video.
I'm just gonna get. I wonder if I could motion track a massive spliff to Brazil. I think that would be very difficult because it only works on my camera.
Uh-oh.
I have to figure out an amazing way to do it.
Yeah. You'll have to capture my part of the screen, and you'll have to use that as like a fake webcam.
Mm.
And
not
then
impossible.
capture... No, it's not. You could do it. There was that technology when I was using Linux and chat roulette was new.
How fun.
So, I mean, I certainly managed.
Freaking chat roulette. Jesus.
Yeah, that's all Tempest is good for.
Chat roulette.
Chat roulette.
Yes. Sand Squall, good ability, lots of synergy with all the other things. Use it, it'll
Already
be fun.
exists.
Yeah, with quickness. Already exists.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Dust Storm though? This one's...
Well, Dust Storm, I mean. Sorry.
This one's gonna
Dust
be
Storm
intense.
is the one that is the same or very similar to
The Glyph one?
the Storm. The
Sandstorm?
Glyph,
Yeah,
yeah.
the Glyph, yeah. The Earth... Glyph of Storm's Earth thing, isn't it? Which Sandstorm. Darude
Yeah.
Sandstorm.
Darude.
Darude Sandstorm. Do.
The duration
Yes.
is 5 seconds.
Yeah. Which is worse, I
Yeah.
believe, isn't it? Is that worse?
I think
than-
Sandstorm is 10, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
I believe it is 10 seconds.
Well of
So-
Darkness is 5.
But like, come on, you know necromancers can't have anything. You know
Well,
that for...
They have the best blind out of anything. Plague Form is a 20-second movable blind field. But you do no damage while you're in it. That's the problem.
I don't
So,
know.
but
think this is
Necromancer
just-
does no damage anyways.
It has a 2-second interval. Wait, what?
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
I thought I completely misread that though. I assumed it was 1 second, but it has 2-second interval.
Why is... Yeah, like what the... You only get 2 blinds off of it?
Yeah, why does this even exist?
That's weird.
That is weird.
Why isn't the duration 6 seconds?
This is
If
very...
it's
I
a
have
2
no
second
idea.
interval.
Wait, I think... does it send out multiple ones?
needs
I think it
tweaking.
Sends out multiple ones, I think. I think that's
Its
what's happening.
radius is 100.
It does send out multiple ones. It sends out a bunch of tiny little, instead of one big one, it's a bunch of tiny little ones.
That is...
But
again, it's in a line, but it seems to curve a bit as well, which is interesting. Oh no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think, you know,
I've
does it.
experienced that before.
numbers and stuff need some tweaking.
This is a dank stream. It's my favorite kind. This is incredibly dank. Oh yeah, I don't know. I think this needs a little bit more, in my opinion. It's a little bit weak. And again, it's not going to be good for blinding, you know, helpless NPCs either, because it will just go straight through them, and then do nothing.
Well, and like people are saying, it's a bit RNG. And RNG skills are
Bad.
Not amazing.
It's not bad. It's just frustrating
frustrating.
when you get
Yeah.
screwed.
It's like, hey, I really needed to hit this, and you didn't do
Yeah.
that.
Hey, I really
Thanks.
needed a precursor, and I didn't get it. Hey, I really needed good pugs, but I didn't.
Somebody from ATT pulled 3 bolts out of the forge last night, or 3
Oh.
not bolts, but
Well,
3.
I hope they
I-
don't play Elementalist.
Yeah, I don't need any of
No,
those.
they don't.
I
Oh.
need the howl to make howler.
Yeah. I thought about buying those. It went up by like 150 plus gold.
I sold.
didn't.
I had a howl. I got a howl in the Karka event, and I sold it. I kind of regret that now. But then again, it gave me
Kind
loads
of.
of good money, so fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people are talking about the Warhorn skills seem like they all need a little bit of tweaks, or they're all a little bit weak. You know, that'll come with testing. Supposedly, we're supposed to get our hands on a number of these elite specs soon to test. And so after that weekend, I think we'll see a pretty big, like, internal revamp of, you know, the numbers for these skills and stuff. So it's coming.
Yeah, I think some of these are going to need to be tweaked.
Yeah.
I don't think anything will ever satisfy the voracious elementalist community, though. They're always going to go, it's not enough. We want to be the only profession worth playing. We want there to be only elementalists in the game. But that is not the case. There are other professions, contrary to popular belief.
It's a lie. There are no other.
Let's just go ahead and talk about the Reaper replacement, the shouts here. I'm pretty sure some of these aren't some of these just objectively better than the Reaper shouts.
I think for sure, but I was surprised that they did a double up on shouts.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's going to use the Reaper shouts because wells are better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Reaper shouts are not very good. Some of them are reasonable, but they're not as...
Wash away the pain. Wash the pain away.
Yeah, wash the pain away. Billow out mist.
Sounds like a G chord.
People were having a lot of fun in Twitch chat with because they were able to cast the shouts again and again and again, and listening to them. You know, it's funny because it's really no different from Guardians when they do their shouts or whatever, right? The retreats over and over again.
Retreat.
Right, but you know, the wash away the pain or the shock and aftershock. Shock and aftershock. Yeah, it was pretty funny to hear again and again and again.
You guys know the lightning bolt guy,
right?
It's exactly, just like that. It's just this. It's pretty depressing, isn't it? It's just like that. You know, why are these characters shouting? It's like the shouting adds to it, but of course that's.
At least
I mean,
was it? At least it wasn't a female Norn, I guess, saying retreat.
No.
Retreat.
Yeah.
Retreat. Retreat.
So
well, and they did say
accurate,
too that some of these are going to get
the voice actor
voiceover
for the female Norn this whole time?
I am.
Oh my god, it's been confirmed.
Save yourselves. There's that one.
I can't stand Save Yourselves. I've heard it so many times. It's even worse than Retreat.
It heals for 3,500. 5 people.
Yeah, that's really not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
This one, this heal might actually see some play, I think. It also, it also heals the allies that are in range. As long as they're, it depends on how many waves they catch on how much healing they're going to get. But, if they catch most of the waves, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's significant.
It just needs to be a blast finisher.
At the end, just have one big burst, and it also it's a water field and a blast finisher, the ultimate combo.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty disgusting, actually. Yeah, this is a solid heal. If you think about if you hit the best case scenario, it's a ridiculous amount of healing, actually.
Yeah.
If you heal 5 people with it, will be very good. Again, obviously, if you're on your own, pretty bad. But if you're with friends, and so often it happens that you have to interact with other players in Guild Wars 2, this is good. Especially, I guess, I don't know, in the Zerg situations, if you have just a whole bunch of elementalists constantly spamming this, you'll get, not only will you get giant waves, so your opponents can't see anything, you'll also get lots of healing, which is nice. Oh. Let's talk about the next one. Feel the burn. Heat waves blast out from the flare, causing damage and granting fire aura to allies. And right,
yeah, I like this one.
I like auras a lot. This will finally give me the chance to become the Auramancer that once was, but now is not. It's coming back. Auramancer is back.
I mean, I'll be interested to see what kind of Auramancer builds players can come up with and how effective they really are. Because I don't know, Auramancer seems like a lot of fun. I don't know how amazing it's going to be, but hopefully, I hope it can be worthwhile.
What I want to know is if you have the aura sharer thingy in water, okay, and then you use this, do your allies get double the duration? Because you're already applying it to people, and then you apply it again with the thing.
Maybe.
I'm not sure if auras stack in duration. Someone in the chat tell me, seriously.
I have no idea.
Yeah, someone tell us in chat. Maybe no one knows.
No
again,
one knows.
School us.
Yeah, come on, teach us a
Send
Guild Wars 2
Inks the
mechanic.
hate mail.
Yeah, tell Inks he's an incompetent fool. Seriously, just say that, even though it was me.
You just wait until this
The
goes
video
live
is live,
on YouTube.
yeah.
There will be plenty of, you sound like an idiot, Inks. You don't know what you're talking about. It will be there, trust me.
Yeah, there
I
we go.
saw you streaming Inks and you went down one time. You're a terrible player. I hate you.
If you don't like to see people die a lot, don't watch me stream, because it happens frequently.
Yeah, they do stack. So I guess you'd get 10 seconds of fire aura.
Yay.
Oh, to everyone around you, and that goes. And think about this with the shock and aftershock. This one, it gives magnetic aura for 4 seconds. So if you have the aura share, you're giving 8 seconds of area of effect reflects to everyone. Ah!
Oh.
Ah! How good is that? I love auras, and now I can finally use them once again. This is amazing. Shock and aftershock. Now this is a good ability. Look at this. It does two little packets of damage, and then
I'm sad they're
immobilizes
gonna change
people.
the voiceover. I just want to spam shock and aftershock to hear her say it
Oh
over
yeah,
and over again.
isn't it so obnoxious that yeah, that's why they're changing it, right? It's so annoying they're changing it.
Well, it's a bit wordy, right? Shock and aftershock. I think
Yeah.
I think he said they're just gonna change it to aftershock, so they'll just say aftershock.
Oh wow, the Rune of Radiance. Galk the Bloody. This guy is like the wiki. He is just the wiki. That is crazy.
Buy Radiance runes, no.
Yeah, everyone buy Radiance runes. They're gonna go up in price.
Brazil has stock.
33% endurance duration to auras you apply, so yourself and allies. Wow, the sheer amount of auras you'll get out of this is going to be ridiculous. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, Alpha Hydrate says maybe it doesn't work, but then Hulk I2 says it does work, and he checked today. Well done, that man. Good checking. Yes, shock and aftershock. I think this is a really good skill. It's a fairly short radius, a fairly small radius, but still, immobilize is annoying, very annoying, and magnetic aura is also really annoying. That's the thing about auras; you can't get rid of them. There's no escape. Oh. What do you think about this one, Brazil? Is this elitist enough for you?
No.
No? Are you going to elaborate on that a little bit? I mean, reflects are good, right? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
You like
they
using
are.
reflects?
Sometimes. I like to reflect on Necromancer mostly.
But if you close your eyes and pretend you're playing a Necromancer, maybe this would be good.
Yeah, I just pretend that Spectral Wall reflects, and I put it down and fear the boss away. It's perfect.
Or what? Remove a Defiant stack?
Or put 5 onto him. Yeah, I don't know. The magnetic aura is nice. It's pretty good.
E-Dot's letting us know that Runes of Radiance are account bound, so
Oh.
there you go. There goes your idea for trading post domination.
Yeah. We can't exploit the market.
Everyone should buy Tempest Warhorn skins. They're gonna go up
Yeah,
in
yeah,
price.
yeah, yeah. Wait, you can cut out the middleman because you don't have to use the trading post. Look, everyone, just contact Brazil. He can hook you up.
Yeah, if you want a Tempest Warhorn skin, I have plenty. Just send me a PM in game. My character, you can find me
free.
at Mini Brazil.
And they're free. He'll give
They're
them
not
to you
free,
for
no.
free. And just send him mail.
Yeah.
Tell him how handsome he is.
Yeah.
And you'll get a free Warhorn.
Yeah, a free Warhorn.
Limited availability.
Okay.
Huh.
Should you talk about another
Alright, what's the
shout?
next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, give us
Sure.
another one.
Eye of the Storm. This is a pretty cool one as well, actually. Imbue your voice with the element of air, massively increasing speed and breaking stun for nearby allies. 5 seconds of super speed. Number of targets, nothing. Bit of a typo there, never mind. And also break stun. Yeah.
Maybe
It's an
it has-
AoE stun break,
Yeah,
Yeah.
AoE stun break. Ugh.
which I actually like.
Yeah.
I know
This
that
is
some people were
powerful.
saying that they weren't overly thrilled with this one, but I like the AoE stun break a lot.
And
You
super
know,
speed too.
Yeah, you know, some people, I think even Wooden Potatoes was saying like he would prefer just to have the blink, the lightning flash,
Yeah.
which isn't necessarily a stun break, but I mean it gives you a good distance, right?
It used to
But
be
I
a
don't know.
stun
I like
break.
the AoE stun break a lot.
Yeah. I think shouts are supposed to be a kind of a little bit supporty, unless you're a Reaper, anyway.
And it's instant. There's no cast time.
Yeah.
So some of the other ones have a small cast time.
I love
This
that
one
so
doesn't have.
much. That's one of the best things that I ever heard is the fact that, you know, when they were talking about the necromancers, they were saying, oh yeah, we want these shouts to have a cooldown, so these powerful abilities can be countered. And the elementalists, oh yeah, you can have them instant cast, it's fine.
For some of them,
so good.
There's a few of them that have like a 4th second or something like that.
I think the reason it doesn't have a cast time is because it is a stun break,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
What?
Yeah, the reason the exact reason it doesn't have a cast time is because it's a stun break.
Yeah,
So
for sure. And
It's like
yeah.
Plague Signet. Woohoo! Actually, it doesn't do the same thing. But
I think we should just have I think we need another stream where you can just vent all your kind of doom and gloom about necromancers.
there's plenty of it.
How long do you think you'd go? How many hours would it be?
3 or 4. I could shorten it, but I could
You-
go on for that long.
you're getting Teapot excited.
I know.
He loves 4-hour streams
Yeah.
about
Anything involving salt is really funny to me.
4 hours of salt. He can't
Wait,
get enough.
imagine how long it will be if we brought Nemesis.
It'd be a long stream. I think we could pull it off.
It would be 24 hours.
It'd be great. Yeah, we could 24-hour for charity even.
Yeah.
24 hours of charity of necromancer salt.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if the KPM gets to 1,000, we'll do that.
1,000?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I'm trying to actually kind of dodge it, so... Because then we'll have to do a 24-hour stream. I don't want to do a 24-hour stream.
I don't want to do a 24. We'll do like a 3-hour stream or something.
So a
2
regular tea time.
An hour. Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have to talk about traits, don't we, today?
Yeah, we do.
All right, next one. Oh my gosh.
Well, basically, if there's loads of Kappas in the chat, I'll allow... We'll have a Brazil gets angry about Necromancer stream, maybe. Or maybe he'll just do a video. I don't even know. Who knows? But
Oh,
yeah.
I already have all that planned.
Oh, there's a lot of Kappas going on. Also,
Yeah.
PJ Salt.
All the kappas.
Yeah.
And salt.
There's a good amount of Kappas there.
Does it only register 1 kappa per comment, or like if you put multiple kappas in a comment, does it
Multiple
count?
Kappas works, yeah.
Really?
The KPM is a really stupid way. I have a really retarded way of calculating it. Oh, that was probably quite offensive. Oh well.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you offended me. Oh
Yeah.
no.
It has a bad way of counting the Kappas, to be honest. See, look,
So-
yeah, it's only 66 KPM because it just counts the Kappas in the last 10 seconds, which isn't very good. I should
We'll
make it better
fix
than that. Yeah. But I was really lazy when I was making it. So right, anyway. Flash freeze. Unleash a torrent of ice on enemy locations. Chilling those who cannot escape. Grant frost aura to allies in rage. More auras. Get those
Yeah, this is probably the
What is
least
that?
interesting one of the shouts for me.
wow, that's a lot of
Kappas.
Kappas.
Let's see what we got.
Ooh.
552. What?
Look at all
Alright.
those salts.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me
That's
pressing
so
my
many
VP?
Kappas. Oh my god.
It has a lag.
822 KPM.
Oh my god. Oh man.
You guys are gonna crash. You guys are gonna crash the stream.
We are. I can't even like scroll and see
Oh,
that
there's
comment
so
because
many
there's
Kappas.
so many.
we broke it, guys. You guys can
Wait,
stop.
does KPM still work? KPM on 2,000.
Wow, doubled it. Damn.
2,000
Did it, Reddit.
KPM. Wow. That is impressive. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you. I actually am proud of you guys. 2,000 KPM.
That's a lot of the KPMs.
A lot of
Mom,
cappers.
get the camera.
Mom,
Get the camera, Mom.
Should we go back to talking about flash freeze?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah, I don't know. I like area of effect auras, so I think this is still pretty good. I mean, it does a teensy amount of damage, and chills people, so it's kind of like the Reaper one, I guess. But this one applies Frost Aura.
Not as good.
Yeah, no. This one is, I think it's somewhat lackluster, but Frost Aura is powerful. I think you have to consider that. Frost Aura is very strong. 10% less damage, and you chill anyone who hits you. I think you have to be a little bit careful with Frost Aura. Maybe it could do with a little bit more damage. Maybe an extra second on the chill or something, or on the Frost Aura. What do you guys think about that?
4 seconds?
8 seconds.
Or 8 seconds?
8 seconds?
Wow.
You think? Seriously?
Of chill?
Because it would be double,
chill,
right?
yeah.
On the Frost Aura. Yeah,
Well,
perfect.
Well, Frost Aura, how about that? 8 seconds? You
Yeah.
think?
8 seconds on the Frost Aura. 16 seconds of chill.
Wow.
16
Beautiful.
seconds. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that would.
Maybe not so much.
I 3 seconds seems fine to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since you take less damage.
I think, yeah, it is a very powerful support aboard. Well, all these auras are, you know, very effective. But I don't know, somewhat less interesting than the others. Mainly because you don't really see magnetic aura that much. And it's on the staff, right? But other than that, it's fairly hard to come by. So
Yep.
it's a new exciting thing to see. Whereas Frost Aura, everyone can, you know, Frost Aura is a pretty common thing to have. So maybe not that interesting.
So what's the last one? Oh, the last one is Rebound.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I saw this. I mean, what the hell is this? You reduce everyone's recharge of their next attack by 25% on a 60-second cooldown. So I guess everyone pops their elites or something, or, you know, you get an extra meteor shower in faster or something. More ice bows. I mean, I guess it's pretty good,
Yeah.
but it's not very interesting, in my opinion.
Right.
I mean, I think LE Elites in general, the cooldown on it is pretty short. But LE Elites in general are kind of lackluster. Or in a lot of cases, they're fairly niche. I think Rebound is just another one of those. It probably has some, it has some synergy with Chronomancer, though, with Alacrity and stuff.
Time warp even faster.
Yeah.
So this means
So I think
boots,
there's some play there, but it does seem a bit odd to, I don't know, it seems a little out of place on Elementalist.
But don't you think this gives them a more usable elite? I mean, Fiery Greatsword is not what it once was. So in PvE, I mean, this is just helpful, I guess, as opposed to the other Elementalist elites, which aren't that great. What would you agree with that, Brazil? Is that reasonably accurate?
I think it's a cool elite skill for PvE.
There we go.
Lich form.
Yeah,
25%
loads of Lich
faster.
forms.
Even though Lich form
Especially-
sucks.
Especially if you're in a group where, especially if you're in like a coordinated group, so that you can say I'm rebounding or whatever. Players know like what you're doing.
Yeah.
In a pug, you know, whatever. It's not gonna be as impactful probably, but it has its uses, I think.
It'll be nice for like Well of Suffering for more burst damage. On I don't know, Rampage.
Oh, imagine how many rampages you can get.
4 LEs and 1 warrior with 100% rampage uptime in PvP.
The horror.
Oh my gosh.
The sheer horror.
Yeah, it'll be like General Kurtz all over again.
Too funny.
Yeah, not particularly interesting, but powerful. So there you go. Anyone have any more insights onto
Let's do
rebound?
traits.
Let's do this.
I have to
Okay.
go to sleep.
Yeah, me too. Delaying this was kind of a suicide mission on my part.
Good.
There was no choice. Ugh. Thanks, Brazil. You've destroyed my self-esteem.
Good,
Yeah, so,
I'm
Singularity,
glad.
this is the Tempest thing. Kind of a cop-out that they even bothered with this.
Yeah.
Well, with the Reaper thing as well, I just think, I mean, really, do you really
It's
not...
so stupid.
Yeah.
Give us another little thing.
Yeah, I know. It's
Should
just
be
a little
baseline,
fun little thingy. Yeah, it's just, oh, whatever. Never mind. Speedy Conduit. You gain swiftness while overloading attunement. I mean, okay. It's nice, I guess. And it means you can keep up with people when you're using the fire thing. It means you can keep up with your allies when you're using the bubble thingy and with the earth one as well. And with all of them, basically. So yeah, it's pretty handy. It will give you swiftness for the duration of the overload and a little bit more because maybe you have boon duration, and you probably do because you're an elementalist. Yeah, this is pretty good, I guess. Not particularly fantastic or interesting, but handy. Is Hardy Conduit. Gain protection while overloading attunement. This is more interesting because you're going to have to be in the mix when you're using all these overloads. You're going to not die instantly, as elementalists have a tendency to do. And I'll just briefly skip ahead to the protection thingy as well. The Earthen Proxy, which is one of the majors, I think. Is that correct, or is it one of the minors? I think it's it's major.
The major.
Yeah.
The break bar?
No, this one gives protection 20% more, up from 33% to 40%. But does this only apply to you? I think that's correct, right?
Yeah.
So, I guess it would be pretty overpowered if it was everyone, but still. Everyone you applied it to, I think that would probably be way too strong. And, yeah. I mean, as was pointed out in the chat before, if you combine this with Frost Armor, that's 50% damage reduction, which is pretty insane.
Maybe. I don't know
is it
how
multiplicative?
damage reduction stacks.
I
don't
bet
know if
someone knows
damage
in chat.
reduction is multiplicative.
Yeah, I bet Galp
If it is,
for
it's
Bloody
like-
knows. This guy knows
Maybe.
everything.
I hope it is, because if it's not, then I kind of really sucks if it doesn't stack like that.
But if it does, that's pretty strong, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have health for days.
Yeah, it's like 90% if it's multiplicative.
Never die. Anyway, back
Well,
to...
as long as it's effective, as long as you keep it up.
It's not multiplicative, it's additive. Okay, nice. So it's
Okay.
50%. Yeah, well, that's still pretty good. 50% damage reduction, I don't think you're going to complain about that. And then you combine that with stuff like Rampage, right? And then you take no damage. If you've got Rampage on, that would be 75% reduction, right? Is it 25? Is it 20% or 25%? Oh, the eyes are
It's a
open.
lot.
It's a
They're
lot
open.
either way. So, what Rampage Warriors totally unkillable if you
Yes.
have
And
Frost
hit
Armor on.
those 7k dodge rolls.
But then again, that's not even different because Earthen Proxy doesn't work on if you're a warrior. You'd have to go Rampage as an Elementalist, which is impossible. But oh well. Maybe one day when they break Elementalists to the point where they're totally broken.
Just give them Elixir X.
Yeah, just do it. I think Hardy Conduit is kind of mandatory with the playstyle that you'll be using when you're overloading stuff. You have to get right in there. If you didn't have protection, you'd just melt.
Probably.
Yeah. And you can, if you have boon duration, you could get to the end of your overload and then copy it out as well. So you could get a lot of protection out of this. Although then you could just have earth attunement anyway, so, you know. Right. How about this next one, though? Gale Song. You use Eye of the Storm when a foe attempts to control you. So you do not get controlled, I guess. Or maybe you do, and then you instantly break out of it or something. Not particularly important.
You AoE break out of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
What's the internal cooldown?
45.
45?
45.
It's not too bad.
That's not that long, considering I think some of the others are actually longer than that. And this is an Area of Effect breakout. Very, very strong. And we're seeing it gives might and gives people weakness. So that's another trait that we're about to get into, I believe. Yeah.
Seems pretty decent.
Yeah, this seems pretty strong, actually. It depends, though. I mean, sometimes it will just be you break out of a stun, because there might not be an Area of Effect stun going out there. But in the event that you break 2 people out, or even 3 people out, this is very, very powerful. Although, I guess, you have to be quite coordinated, because imagine if someone pops their cooldowns anyways. Oh wow, we've got the Brazil heads. If we can get the Brazil head rate to over 2,000.
Oh jeez.
Oh, Rex is gonna say something to Nike. Oh no, this guy, seriously. Oh, Rex, Jesus. Okay, yeah, this is a fun trait. It's good. Yeah, should we move on?
Yep.
Okay. Latent stamina. Apply vigor in a radius. When attuning to water, granting vigor to allies also restores a portion of endurance. I like this one. And a 10-second cooldown, which is more or less the cooldown of water attunement. The attunement is just under that. It's only like 8 seconds. High 8 points. Is it 8.7 seconds? Something like that. It's just under 10 seconds anyway. So more or less whenever you could, you'll give people vigor. So they regenerate endurance faster, and you also give them 10 endurance. So you know, if you get 5 people with this, that's a whole dodge you'll have given out to people. But I like this.
A whole dodge.
Yeah, it's a different way of dealing with dodging stuff, and I like that. And I guess it's especially pertinent now that the vigor is not as good as it used to be. How do you guys think this holds up against Gale Song?
Gale Song is better.
Yeah, Gale Song is better.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion.
The vigor is pretty short as well. I mean, 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Especially with how, well, with the weakening to vigor as well. I think that's odd. Maybe it will be a bit maybe a bit longer. But yes, we'll have to see about that. Seems a little bit weak right now, but I think this one is where it's at. Okay. Unstable conduit. Overloading an attunement grants an aura based on the element you're attuned to when the ability is complete. Okay. So look at all these auras you can give to everyone, especially the shocking aura, okay? Because shocking aura is cool, and because it's dagger 3, you can use the Warhorn with this as well. So you can be the Tempest. Although I guess you don't need to use the Warhorn, but still, think of all the shocking auras you can give out, and then do many good things. 5 seconds of all of them. This is the one I would use, even if it's suboptimal, because I like auras. I guess I wouldn't use it if auras would suck in that situation, but still, this one's cool. I like shocking aura.
Auras remind me of all of the mirror forces in Yu-Gi-Oh! But
any particular reason?
Yeah, they look the same. Like, let me find.
How about that?
Let me find one of my mirror forces. I'll have to look for it. But I have one around somewhere. Oh wow, that was incredibly convenient. But that's one of the damaged ones. I have old mirror forces from the original set they came in. Let me find it. Here, perfect. This is mirror force.
Oh wow, it actually does look a bit
Looks like
that.
It looks like a fire aura or earth aura. So
how about that?
Yeah, exactly. How about that?
Yeah.
And then there's one card that might spook you guys a little bit, but it's a dinosaur. Is it? A dinosaur skeleton.
Oh, that's very spooky.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the insane portal stomp on Reddit?
No, because I hate Reddit. Oops, I can't say that. Down votes for Brazil.
Let's face it, come on guys, none of us here are relevant.
Yeah.
On Reddit, anyway.
Only cards Honor of the Waves story mode.
Wait, yeah, that's got quite high up, hasn't it, actually?
It was on the front page.
Yeah.
Over 100 updates.
Yeah. Do you think we should kind of make a post like r/circlejerk where we say if this gets 100 updates, Guild Wars 2 will be changed to a Skull Trumpet themed subreddit? I mean, random user who is a Moderino actually quite likes me, so it might work.
Really?
Yeah. There you go.
Watching this portal stomp, I want to see.
Wait, should we put it on the stream? I think I can get it on.
It's the portal exploit. It's kind of cool.
What is it? Let's see what this is.
There's I don't.
Oh, I see.
I'm not exactly sure how it happens, but you can just like fly all over the place. It's really good with
Oh, wow.
Phoenix because you
Look how
can just
amazing
change
that looks.
direction. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Phoenix. You know, because every time you
Yeah,
change,
yeah. It will try and come back to you.
it does. Yeah.
That is not an exploit either. I feel like that is just kind of good use of mechanics, right? And
Have
they
you
don't
seen-
ban for that, I don't think.
I don't know. Like card Phoenixes people on stairs,
And yeah,
and it's any
Because it-
change like
yeah,
axis.
exactly. And it hits
This
people loads
way-
of times and kills them.
It's disgusting. Yeah, he like one-shots people. It's funny.
Resistance lets you ignore the cooldown on portal uses.
Yeah,
And also
something
Diamond
like
Skin does that as well, apparently. That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's-
Nullfield does too.
Yeah, that's just a weird side effect of the game, I guess, of how it's
Yeah.
programmed. That's very interesting.
It's like an invisible condition or something.
Yeah.
So I saw someone do it with Nullfield, and they just back and forth.
In any case, Unstable
Yeah.
Conduit, I think Unstable Conduit is fun. I like auras. The full aura build will use this at the very least. But Gale Song is pretty good. Although this is pretty good too. All these auras are very powerful. Although again, if you get interrupted while you're overloading, this doesn't do anything and you get wrecked. So
You
that's
get
unfortunate.
nothing.
Yeah, you get nothing! Good day, sir! Yeah. Onwards to the other ones. Tempestuous Aria. Allies affected by your shouts gain might, 2 stacks, and enemies are affected by weakness. Elementalists don't have a lot of weakness. That's pretty good, I guess. Lightning Rod applies weakness, but that is... Oh, and the Staff auto attack does as well. But I think that is about it. Yeah, the Staff Earth auto attack. Wait. You've been visited by Trump's secret bear of Autismo. Clap your paws and copy Pastorino this message 5 times without getting banned by the Moderinos, and Crip's blessing will be upon you. Don't bring those Hearthstone copy pastors here. Make up your own Rex. I know what you do. I feel like the weakness duration is a little bit short on this. I mean, weakness is good and everything, but
Weakness is really strong.
3 seconds though. I guess it's everyone who gets hit by the shout. I feel like 2 stacks of might is fairly inconsequential for an elementalist anyway.
Well, with that one, the Eye of the Storm thing, it's 4. And it's more weakness. Because that gives weakness too.
Yeah.
It seems like, this seems like the Eye of the Storm trait. And then if you trait Eye of the Storm too, there's lots of eyes. And
There's loads of eyes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing we forgot to mention about auras as well. You can get all the traits that give you loads of stuff. Like the fire one, where it will give you might. It will apply might to everyone if you apply the fire aura to them.
Yeah.
And all the auras gives fury and swiftness as well, which is very interesting. And with all the boon synergy that you have with the Warhorn, you can increase the duration and stuff like that. Spread them around. So you apply the boons to yourself, and then you can spread them. So you use Zephyr's boon, and then you can double the effect for everyone around you, and then add a little bit more onto it with the Earth Warhorn ability. I'm calling it right now. Auramancer is fucking new meta, boys.
Alright.
The meta is
wish you the best
changing
of
at an
lucks.
alarming rate. It's changing at an alarming rate, and this will...
How's that face?
Yeah, you have to do the little dongers. Yeah, wait, you go that way, I'll go this way. Hang on.
Oh wait, do I have to go this way?
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, no, you go the other way. What the hell?
Well, Skype flips the webcam
Oh yeah.
around. So I don't know which way I'm
Okay,
doing
there we
it.
go.
There we go.
Inks, say the meta is changing at an alarming rate. Quick, go.
Do it.
Do
The
it.
meta is changing at an alarming rate.
There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Wow.
This is probably the dankest stream we have ever had. This is amazing. This is what happens if you don't have anyone to regulate us, like Boots. We just start going crazy.
I keep trying, but I'm failing.
Yeah, well, it's because you're secretly just like us.
All right, what's the next one?
Gauk the Bloody is just asking, would the lightning rod trait work with the lightning aura stuns? There's actually a massive exploit about that was just pointed out recently, right? Where if 2 elementalists attack each other with Shocking Aura, they just instantly die because of Lightning Rod or something. So yeah, if you get interrupted by the Lightning Aura, then Lightning Rod will trigger, right? And because you'll be attacking them and using a skill, if Shocking Aura gets you, a giant Lightning Rod well, you become a Lightning Rod and you get struck by lightning and weakened. Yes, it does. Yes, there's a really funny little bug where if two Elementalists attack each other with Shocking Aura and Lightning Rod, they both instantly die or something. It's probably been fixed by now, unfortunately. But still, it was just a little fun thing. But competing with Tempestuous Aria is Earthen Proxy, which means...
That one's not bad.
20% increased effectiveness of protection. So it takes it to 40%. 2 3.33333s. 7%. It's okay, I think. Especially considering that you're going to be wading into the depths of combat and covered in Frost Aura and stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to be taking a lot of damage. And this really plays to the Elementalist low health pool, because if you have a very low health pool and you take no damage, healing is really good on you, because if it takes lots of their damage to get rid of you, but healing is still as effective. Healing is basically better on people with tiny health pools and who don't take a lot of damage overall. If you're constantly healing yourself, Earthen Proxy will make your healing even better, sort of, kinda. Yeah. What do you think about this one, Inks? Would you use this?
What's the next one?
No? Really? This is
well,
obvious.
I mean, like we were talking about, if you really want to go with this plus Frost Aura, plus I think there's another one in the Earth line where you can get another 10%. You're talking like 60%, I think, almost.
Yeah.
It's when people are close.
I mean,
to
that seems pretty significant to me. 60%, as long as you can keep Frost Aura up, which seems semi-doable.
You're still susceptible to condition damage, though.
Yeah, of course.
That's why you have Diamond Skin.
You might have the Necro Death Shroud bug where you're supposed to take 50% less damage in Death Shroud, but you don't. You just kind of take all of the damage, and it's random on how much damage reduction you get. So
yeah.
That's fun.
But yeah, you take Diamond Skin with this.
Yeah, so no
and then
conditions.
you never die.
Yeah.
You're actually invulnerable.
What's actually the next one, though? I don't actually have it on my screen.
It is Harmonious Conduit. Recharge
Perfect.
from overloading an attunement is reduced. 20%.
Oh, see, now this makes it really tough, because I
Yeah.
feel like if you're playing Tempest, you probably really want that trait.
Yeah, this is... it would probably end up being pretty mandatory. I mean, the cooldown on using the overload is pretty hefty. It's 20 seconds,
yeah.
and that kind of stings. Especially when the Elementalist is all about switching to into the different achievements to adapt and have access to different abilities. So if you can't go back to water for 20 seconds, that means most of your a good chunk of your healing condition removal is switched off for the duration of that. And that is not good.
Well, if you have Soldier Runes and Shouts, then you can mitigate that.
Certainly mitigated, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if you can play around it to a certain extent where it might not be necessary, but I think
I would think you'd probably go for the protection increase in like World versus World or something.
Yeah. Given
That's
what
a good point. Yeah.
Yeah. And what the Tempest role is going to be, the Earthen Proxy is probably better here. And I don't know. I think this is probably my favourite tier I would have it in, because I feel like Earthen Proxy and Tempestuous Aria aren't as good as some of the adept ones. I mean, Gale Song is really good. Oh.
Yeah, well, wait until you get to the Grandmasters here in a minute.
Yeah. Should we leap right into those then?
Yeah, let's leap into them.
As we're slightly confused by Harmonious Conduit. Here is Imbued Melodies. Oh wow, yeah, this one. I remember this. Upon casting, Warhorn abilities break stun for allies you are facing. 10-second cooldown, and 600 range threshold, and 5 people. This is pretty powerful. Especially seeing as they're all line casts, so it's going to be really easy to hit people with this and just break a lot of stuns. And think of Wildfire. You put down this giant field and it breaks stun within 600 range. Yeah, that's pretty good. And I guess you can just stand in it and be immune to stuns, right?
Maybe. Well, it has a 10-second cooldown.
Yeah. Which isn't really that bad considering. Means you get a stun break every 10 seconds on, as long as you have a Warhorn skill available, of course.
Wait, hang on. They said it's going to change to AoE. What is that referring to, though? This?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Instead of allies you're facing, it's going to change to AoE, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
That would be
so
even
instead
better.
of a skill shot, yeah, it's even better then.
Yeah,
Instead of a
that's
skill
I'd say
shot,
that's
it's AoE.
Hmm.
Cool.
This is, I think this is pretty powerful. I mean, if every 10
I like
seconds
it.
you have an AoE stun break, I guess that's even better than Gale Song, right? Except you can't use this when you're stunned. But then you just break out with Eye of the Storm, and then break everyone else's stun.
Right.
Eye of the Storm is a
being-
stun break for everyone, though.
We're being corrected
Yeah.
that this doesn't break stun for you, only
Yeah,
your
only
allies.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So you can't be... But
Yeah.
then again, Elementalists have lots of stun breaks, though.
Yeah. And stability.
Yeah. So it's not going to be a problem. You're less fortunate allies. So if you've got loads of Necromancers, you can help them out.
Yay! Amazing.
I like this trait. This is an interesting one. But how?
It's not bad.
How will it fare against Lucid Singularity? Which, while you overload, you are immune to immobilize, cripple, and chill, and they will get removed when you start overloading them. You become actually unstoppable, except if you get stunned, and then you get wrecked. But then you can just break out, I guess, with all these new skills. Yeah, this is pretty good.
I mean, it's decent, but the real fear is not. The real fear, I guess, is more
What's a
being
condition?
interrupted, and not so much being crippled or what. I mean, I guess being immobilized would be really, really bad if you were, overloading fire or something like that. So, makes sense. But is this better than the one before it? Maybe, probably. I guess depends on the situation.
It's more selfish.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really contribute to the team with this, I guess. It's not that good on the water one, because the water one just removes loads of conditions anyway.
Yeah, it's perfect for if you get Rampage.
Yeah.
They should just give that to Elementalists.
Okay. Interrupting overload will put the achievement on cooldown, whereas conditions don't.
Yeah.
Wait, come on, chat. Which one would you pick? You have to tell
The
us.
let's
third
go.
one. The
Let's
third
do-
one.
The
yeah,
third one.
Let's
Okay.
take a look at the third one
Yeah,
first.
we can do a thing at the end where we ask people what they would pick. Elemental Bastion. Auras. Auras you apply. Heal allies. Apply a frost aura to yourself and nearby allies when struck below the health threshold, which is 75% in 5 seconds of a frost aura. Yeah, this is nice.
75%. Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's high.
Wow.
Wow. And bear in mind, you can. That earth trait doesn't exist anymore, does it? Oh, never mind. Screw it. I was thinking of the earth trait that applies protection on auras. Think how broken that would be. Very. But no, not anymore. Yeah,
Got
500
a 30
health.
second internal cooldown. It's not too bad. If you pair this with the protection one, that's pretty strong.
Yeah. I feel like the cooldown is a little bit long though. 30
Maybe.
seconds of Frost Aura. You can get more Frost Aura than that through other sources, probably. But then
The
again, I
health
guess
threshold seems really good though. 75% is not bad.
and it's just another source of getting Frost Aura as well. So, and then you have all the boons that come with that as well, and it heals. And well, we've already seen how many auras you can apply to this. You're going to be pumping out a good amount of healing with this as well. I think this is a powerful trait. I'd probably pick this one because I like auras. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. Ugh. It depends on the situation. I think these ones, well, who would have thought it? I think these Grandmaster ones are very situational, all of them.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, you know, Lucid Singularity, if you're in a 1v1 situation, that's probably what you're going to pick there. So, you know, or Imbued Melodies, I guess, it's between Imbued Melodies and this one, if you're in a team situation. But I'm not sure. Wait. And then until the Earth Aura one is still there. God damn it, I don't know anything about this game. Is it? Yeah, it is. Oh my god.
Good job.
Good
Send
job.
all your hate mail to Inks.
Okay, fine. In that case, yeah, this one's all the auras are amazing because you get protection and aura. Yeah, you can get loads of Frost Aura on this.
I actually have a picture of an Aura Share Elementalist if you want to see. Like,
Yeah.
do you want me to? I'll put it in stream chat.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Everyone click
I'm
on that,
overly
seriously.
confused.
Everyone click on that link. It's hilarious. Yeah. So yes, auras are amazing now because you still have the Earth protection thing. So think how much protection you're going to apply with all these auras. It's going to be overpowered. And look at this, it applies to everyone. So everyone's going to be taking 43% less damage all the time while you have a Tempest. They're the ultimate team player. And you're healing people as well. Overpowered. Broken. Were you just coughing the result? The amazingness of this skill? This
I was
trait?
coughing and reading Boots' tweet at the same time.
Ooh.
Started getting into Hearthstone on the vacation whenever
Oh
we
my
found
God.
Wi-Fi. It's a slippery slope.
Yeah. He's going to quit Guild Wars
Great.
2 and just play Cardstone. Why? Boots, no. Send hate mail to Boots.
People
Please.
will not like my assessment of Hearthstone.
Mine neither. You and I probably feel exactly the same about it.
Yeah, probably. And I think it comes from years of playing actual
Real card games. Yeah.
Which is funny because most of the people that I talk to and that play it are like in love with it, which is fine. I mean, you can love it all you want. I do not.
You can love Condition Damage Guardian too, but
That's right. I'm terrible at my condition damage guardian rotation, but that's okay. My muscle memory just wants to hit F1 every time it's off cooldown, regardless of what I do. I had a lot of fun with it last night, though.
Gameltyr, you run Air, Earth, and Tempest. You forsake Arcane because you want to die. You want to just lose and be bad, so you don't take Arcane. Maybe that's why they were trying to go with Tempest. Take some of the pressure off Arcane. I mean, they failed, but it's an attempt, isn't it? You know, all credit to them. Yeah. Anyone have any closing thoughts on Elemental Bastion?
no.
No,
Nope.
Not a big fan.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Now that I look at these in a little bit more detail, I can understand why people are a little bit salty. They're kind of a bit, yeah. But to be honest, I still enjoy them. So, and I like auras. Maybe that's just me though. That's why I'm not as angry.
And I don't want to get too heavy or much on the numbers of things because they're all going to change. So you can say that this is underpowered or
Right.
whatever, but all those numbers are going to change before launch. And really, you need to get into the game. You need to play it in the different formats and you know, work out builds and see how it feels. To see, you know, you can look at stuff on paper all you want, and you can draw a decent conclusion from that, but you still need to play it, give feedback so that they can make changes that are meaningful, or hopefully are meaningful anyway.
Exactly. Well, we've got through all those traits, guys. We did it. We've looked at everything. So, I don't know. I guess we have a little bit of time before it's 2 hours, so just ask us some stupid questions and we'll come up with troll answers to them. That's basically the kind of mood we're in right now. We're all pretty tired. And just look at Brazil. He looks like a deflated balloon.
Deflated balloon.
You not see the woe?
The woe?
Any plans for new guests like Sampo?
To be honest, I'll if anyone in the chat wants to suggest anyone, I'll go and harass them and force them on here and take all their viewers / subscribers.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the machinima guy. I like that guy. Good
Yeah.
plan, actually. I don't know if he even has a face though. He has
I
a
don't.
voice. He plays Hearthstone, so how would you guys feel about that?
Gross.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to go take a shower now.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can get 60% wood and potatoes. What a surprise! I don't think he.
Casey.
No, I would definitely want.
I love Casey.
Yeah, Casey John is hilarious.
You should get
Oh my God.
Dante.
He'd watch the previous streams though and realize that you guys hate him.
He did?
No,
Did he?
He would though, and then he'd find
Oh,
out.
good. Perfect. I'll just tell him when he comes on that I hate him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yonk the
Like,
Bloody
just
makes a
get
good
him in
point.
Skype and I just say, hey, Dante, I really hate you.
Wow.
I'm glad you don't make Guild Wars 2 videos anymore.
I really don't know Dante, but other than get crit.
Oh wow, everyone's just spamming things in chat.
Wooden
now.
potatoes, wooden potatoes, wooden
Yeah.
potatoes.
To be honest, if he said yes, or if he expressed any interest whatsoever, we probably would. But I don't know, Brazil went psycho on him, completely destroyed him on the skulls thing. So that's probably never going to happen. To be honest, I have nothing against wooden potatoes, and we don't either. No one else does here. But
No.
I think, yeah, no.
I just think some of his ideas are kind of silly sometimes. I like him. I think he's a nice bloke. That's what you call people in England, isn't it?
Yes.
Blokes?
Yes.
Or lad.
Why'd you point over here? What?
Lad? I don't know.
Lad.
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 Get
No,
Shrek
it's
on
not-
the show.
it's not
It
a-
wasn't a,
Shrek.
it wasn't a wooden potatoes hate stream. We never did a wooden potatoes hate stream. It wasn't that bad. Okay, wooden potatoes watches your stream sometimes. I think he mentioned it. Well, that's pretty cool, I guess.
I've seen him before, like in chat. I think
Yeah.
the first 2 times we did, but yeah.
Now he hates us though. Well, he probably doesn't. Probably just is ambivalent towards us. Let's be real here. Will something interesting come from Gamescom for Guild Wars 2?
Yes.
You think so?
Release date.
Yeah.
I think we'll get a release date then.
Really?
Yep. I think it's going to be like 2017, but I think we'll get it.
2017.
Wow. Wow.
I don't think so. I think it'll be a bit earlier than that.
They'll start out, they'll say, here at ArenaNet, we're huge Star Wars fans. So that's why the release date for Heart of Thorns is on the same day that The Force Awakens comes out. And
Wow.
Wooden Potatoes and Dante on the next TeaTime. How many
That might
swords
be-
would an elementalist get if an elementalist would get swords? My new
None.
favorite tongue breaker.
0.
That's not even hard, bro. Come on, you can do better than
0.
that. 0. Bible thump. Chat spam Bible thump. Okay.
You're never getting sword because it's
No.
just a longer dagger.
Tell that to Shiro.
Yeah. Let's see. Question for the panel. What other 2 trait lines would you take with a Tempest?
Good question.
Earth and water.
Earth and water?
Yeah, that's probably the best, but there are some things you could do with fire and air as well, because then you've got the might on the fire aura and the fury and swiftness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
the
think
thing is, sacrificing arcane just hurts for me a lot.
fire and arcane. Air and arcane. I don't know. I'd have to play around with it.
Water, maybe water and fire if you wanted to use a staff for whatever reason.
That's
I don't
tricky. Who would win, Reaper or Tempest? Find out when it's released, and I'll beat Kill Brazil with it.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Probably Reaper. Tempest is not really.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. We'll
great
see.
1v1. I'd probably say.
Remember that time I fought Boots on stream?
Oh, that was.
I beat him like 8 times in a row,
Yeah.
and then
But he was
kinda,
using a kind of a troll build though.
Was he using a bad build?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He was trying to
I've
use,
I've already drunk my tea. By the
Good.
way.
Yeah, there was tea in this.
Yep.
I have water in the Chick-fil-A cup. I go to Chick-fil-A today, but they're fucking closed because it's Sunday.
They're not open on Sunday?
No,
Is there a thing about eating chicken on Sunday that's...
no. There's a thing about people
not
going
cool.
to church and they
Texas.
want their employees to go to church on Sundays.
But church isn't all day. It's only a couple of hours.
I know.
You can work after church.
And just have them open at like 2 o'clock, please. I love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is so delicious.
Let's
We
see.
do not have Chick-fil-A's here.
Oh my
sadly.
god.
I know, it sucks. It's terrible.
Minuan Zero says, "I want Rex on the stream."
What, Rex on stream?
No, that's just Rex's alt account.
To be honest,
Actually,
Rex
no.
is like
I actually know Minuend Zero. It's not Rex's alt account.
didn't Rex do the voice acting for Ezio in Assassin's Creed?
I don't think he did that. But I don't know. I would have him on, but his microphone is so bad.
Terrible.
It's it is so bad. I don't know. It wouldn't really be tolerable to anyone watching, to be honest. I haven't even looked at the YouTube stream this whole time, so everyone's probably going, "Why are you ignoring?"
Yeah, who cares about that though? YouTube's dumb.
Let's have a look.
If
through
you're
it.
watching on the YouTube stream and leaving comments, I literally hate you all.
Wow, jeez.
Joking.
Wow.
I'm not.
Oh my
Send
God.
all the hate mail to you know who.
To me, yeah. Yeah. I haven't had any all week, so I'm starving for some hate mail.
have. Oh my god, I've had some great hate mail.
Wow.
People are still commenting on the elitism video, and they're saying like, "Well, good job, Brazil. You ruined the game, and you can never make up for it. You should just hang yourself." And I'm just like, whatever, man. Thanks for the view.
Make sure you watch it twice.
I had some on Twitter, and what was it? Like, I posted a
Block.
GIF of 50 Cent, like, driving up in the car and, like, laughing. And he replied, like, 3 times. He was like, haha, look at you. You replied, that's cute, you fat ass. And just, like,
Wow.
what's going on?
All
I
the
was
heat
like,
to Brazil.
I don't care.
Wow, what the hell?
You made a video about not being elitist anymore, or not wanting to be elitist, and everybody hates you.
Not there are people that...
Well, not everybody, but
Yeah.
the hate mail has poured in.
There was a small crowd of people that finally saw the opportunity to point a finger at one person, and they did that. But it's all funny to me. I don't care about hate mail. It's just, I think it's
You can
amusing.
send if you're a ranger and you play a bear, you can send me your hate mail. I will never accept it. I don't care how viable it becomes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Your bears are useless. Do not play them.
last question,
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Galk the Bloody. This guy is he's always coming back.
Galk is awesome.
I know, this guy's amazing. What weapon will you use main hand with the Warhorn? Scepter or dagger?
Dagger.
Yeah, I'd say dagger as well.
I'm not a big fan of Scepter, actually.
The auto attacks are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
I'd
not a
probably
big
say
Scepter
dagger.
fan.
Because you're going to be, to get the best out of those overloads, you're going to be in close anyway.
Right, yeah, that's the
So-
other thing. You'll be in melee.
And you might as well, because you've got the shocking aura on the dagger. So.
Yeah.
Coon says my mailbox will be full tomorrow from all the Barebow love. Trust me, I did 2 world bosses last night and counted at least 6 bears at every boss. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? No, put a different pet on.
Staff. How do you guys feel about staff with the Tempest?
Tempest?
I think it's gonna. I think
it'd be
will
fine.
work.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
The
like
only...
you said, Scepter Horn PvE Condi Tempest is viable.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
It's viable for normal mobs and Frostgord sound. Hashtag wooden potatoes.
Why are you so mad about that? Come on, he's just
I'm not
things.
mad about I'm not mad about
He's level 80 thing.
I just thought it was funny. I was like...
He does always kill things
Okay.
there. That is a good point. He does always do that. But then again, I guess it's a good place to kill things.
Yeah. I think really the only specialization that's been revealed so far that I want to use the weapon that comes with it is Necromancer, or Reaper, I guess. I don't think I care about any of the other ones, but...
Well, let's see. What were the other ones? Longbow on
Guardian. I don't care about that.
Oh, you're just silly, because Hambo is going to be amazing.
Okay.
I like the longbow on Dragon Hunter. That's cool.
And shield for Chronomancer.
Yeah, I don't care about that either.
No?
Focus is better.
You get
Focus
to reduce
is the
cooldowns and
ultimate-
stuff.
Yeah, but focus is the ultimate combo.
Yeah.
Let's reflex.
Yeah.
I guess maybe instead of, like, shield instead of pistol or something. I don't know. And then what else do we have? We have Tempest and, yeah, that's it. So, only thing that tickles my willy so far is the Greatsword.
Yeah.
And that's because they really need it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. The one exception to the specializations not being an upgrade is Necromancer, I think.
Yeah.
Even though I'm going to not be able to use blood magic anymore, and I really love blood magic, because you're going to have to go Spite and Soul Reaping for Reaper. Like, you can't not take those two.
Somebody wants to know if you'll play Thief if it gets Staff Brazil.
Maybe.
I am terrible. Like, I'm terrible at a lot of classes, but I'm really terrible at Thief. And if they get Staff, I don't know. That might be super interesting to me.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Master.
But we all know what would make Brazil play Thief. It would be if you get Mace, main hand.
Yes.
Because then you load the mace into the pistol.
Call it Hammer Shot. Mace Shot.
Hammer shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody was asking about Druid as well.
I hope they redid it. I hope it doesn't get Staff.
No, I think it's still going to get Staff. I just think that whatever they had for Staff is probably changed.
Different, yeah. Yeah.
I think that about wraps this up, guys.
All right.
Thanks for watching. But first, we must, Corvus is here. He's just a clone of Inks. He was unable to be here. Unfortunately, his headset is broken.
It's destroyed.
And, yeah, that was unfortunate. But that's okay.
Yep.
We've got two lovely guests here. I know. We've got two copies of Inks and one Brazil. So let's go in numerical ascending order. Brazil, who are you?
I'm Brazil. You can find me by Googling Brazil D&T or Brazil GW2, or you can go to YouTube and search Brazil GW2. I'll probably be the first thing. And that's pretty much it. If you want to tweet at my Twitter, you can tweet at Brazil D&T. And that's how to find me.
There we go.
Amazing.
Okay, which Inks
Make
are
sure
you?
you go
Are
watch
you the
his-
top Inks or the middle Inks?
They're the same. It's just MMO Inks everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. YouTube is probably important. I've been streaming a lot more. On Twitch. It's been going pretty good. So
That is a true fact. Follow that stream, guys. Follow the Ink stream. He does many exciting things with hero points and worms and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty intense.
that's right. I go out of my mind and laugh at stuff that's probably not that funny, but it's extremely funny to me.
Yeah, that's all that's important. Wow. Well.
Yeah, if you think that's funny, I had over 1,000 strength runes when they were like 5 silver each, and I sold them all for 2 gold.
You should have
Each?
waited.
2 gold each or 2 gold total?
Each.
Well, it's still not bad when you have 1,000 of them.
Hmm.
But considering how much they're worth right now.
They went up, and then I was
Then
like,
stayed there.
ah, there's your thumbnail.
Oh, Nike says, be sure to subscribe to Aurora Peachy's Twitch. Exclamation mark. Yes, if you want cool emotes such as what's the cry one actually? Peachy Cry, Peachy Yay, and Peachy Party. I think. Do that.
Nike's being facetious.
Really?
Yes, he is.
Really? Although yes, if you
Never
want
would
to
have
use,
guessed.
I think yeah, it's Nike Brazil, right? So if you want Brazil's
If you
head,
subscribe to him.
yeah, subscribe to Nike to get Brazil's head as an emote. So that's pretty cool. He does loads of streaming too, but he's not on the show. But you can subscribe to him if you want. He does a lot of things. I never see him because I'm always asleep. So, still, never mind. Follow this stream as well if you like this. It was pretty good, I guess. And there's loads of links below the stream, the YouTube and whatnot. You can see what I do on the YouTube and follow me on the bird device as well. Pretty good.
The bird device.
Yeah, but
Flappy Bird.
I have nothing else to say other than that. So
Yep.
thanks for watching, guys, and we'll
Thanks for tuning
see
in.
you on our respective channels. Okay, goodbye.